Change your mindset about money. So first of all, if you have a really fabulous money mindset, you've got an abundance mindset and you can see it all coming to you and life is hunky-dory, then you can switch off right now because this isn't for you. I'm talking to people who have a scarcity mindset, a poverty mindset, and want to change their money mindset. So I've got quite a lot to go through today. I've got a bit of an agenda. We're going to talk about your childhood, change your language, about emotional buying, talking about comparisonitis, talking about confidence and opportunities, why you need to switch off, actually another reason why you need to switch off your TV. And then if you stay right to the end, I've got a 3-step exercise so you can start tonight that will change your mindset about money. But I need to go through the explanation bit first before I can give you the exercise. So what am I talking about when I say change your mindset about money? A lot of us have grown up accidentally in a kind of poverty, scarcity mindset. Our parents said that money was the root of all evil and you should just knuckle down and work for somebody and earn a fair day's wages for a fair day's work for a fair day's pay, I think it was, something like that. And anybody that wants to get rich is nasty, evil, miserly. Look at A Christmas Carol with Ebenezer Scrooge all the way through it, right until the denouement at the end. He's an evil, grasping, penny-pinching person. And that's how the rich have been perceived for a long time. So people say to you, ooh, stay away from that person. He wants to be rich. He's going to fiddle you and cheat you and change your money. So we need to let go of all of the negativity that surrounds money that we were given when we were growing up. Now, some of us were very, very lucky, not me, sadly, but we were lucky because our parents had an abundance mindset. They knew the value of money. They knew that it was just a tool, nothing more, nothing less. And that's what they kind of passed on to their children and their grandchildren. But the majority of us struggled with this feeling that money wasn't for us, that we could only just scrape by, that we'd never have any savings, that we could never go on fabulous holidays, that we could never wear, great clothes or live in fabulous accommodation. It was always, always, always negative. And this was made worse if you had someone that had been in business, but for whatever reason they'd gone bankrupt or it didn't work out or they'd lost their money or they got ripped off. And these people would kind of spread this nasty, vicious rumor that money was evil. Yeah, and that no matter how hard you tried, you couldn't do it, it wouldn't work, just don't even bother. Just stay down, nose to the grindstone, earn your wage, and that's the end of it. So one of the first steps we need to do to change our mindset, something more towards abundance and positivity, is let go of all of that stuff we learnt when we were kids. Just get rid of it, let it go. Forget the past. This is kind of linked. If you've had a business in the past and it didn't work out, or if you lent somebody money for a business and they frittered it away, or you got ripped off, that was the past, and the past does not predict the future. So we need to just let go of everything that's happened in the past, yet chalk it down to experience and learn from it, but do not hold on to it, because that's just going to keep you in this little box that says poverty, 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 can't do well with money. So just let it go and forget about it. The next thing we need to consider is changing our language. And what I mean by this is we often talk around, well, I'll never be able to afford that. I can't go on fancy holidays because they're too expensive. I really like that car, but no, it's just too expensive for me. I'll never be able to, I don't have the nous, I don't have the wherewithal. I just no idea how I can do this. So change the language. So rather saying I'll never, change it to not yet, or I need to think about doing some work. Change the phrase, change the sentence. So I'm not trying to be sprinkling magic dust over your words, but just change them around so that if you do find yourself speaking negatively about money, find a couple of words that say the same thing, but change it around so that it becomes at the very worst neutral rather than negative. Now, there used to be a phrase, I've not heard it for a while, called a shopaholic. People that went out and spent their money, spend all the time. In fact, it's well known that people that win the lottery end up skint after a very, very short period of time. When the lottery first started in the UK, there was this young man who was about 21, I think, at the time, and he won 17 million pounds, a huge amount of money. You know what the first thing he did? He went out and bought a Ferrari for every single day of the week of a different colour. And you can tell from that in a very quick amount of time, he was flat broke. And I think he'd been in prison before and he ended up in prison again. There was a guy in the States who ran a ridiculous amount of money. I think it was around about $400 million. An incredible amount of money. And within 5 years, that guy was not only broke, but he was in debt to the tune of $200 million. So he won 4 and spent 2 on credit. So he actually spent $600 million in the space of 5 years. We get money that's unexpected, or we're not used that amount of money, and it just gets frittered away because it's spend. Easy come, easy go. That is so true. But on the flip side of that, a lot of people will eat emotionally, or they'll drink too much when they're feeling low. Yeah, they'll grab a bit of a chocolate cake or squabble it all down. But there are also people that will go out and spend when they're feeling low, because the act of spending makes them feel good for a minuscule amount of time. And what happens is that over time they build up this incredible amount of debt because they get credit card after credit card after credit card after credit card. And when they're feeling pissed off, when a relationship is broken, when they've been told off at work by their boss, they go out and they spend money. So we need to take control of our emotions when it comes to money, both what we think about money and how we actually spend our money. Now, I'm not saying that never ever spend money, but use your money wisely. Don't live beyond your means kind of thing, because otherwise it's gone before you've got it. And I know that because I got myself into 50 grand's worth of debt, and it came crashing down around me one day when I went to do some shopping. My salary had just been paid in and I had an overdraft, so the overdraft should have kicked in. Went to do my shopping, handed my card over, it got rejected, handed another card over, got declined. And I had to leave the shop thoroughly embarrassed. I actually sat in the car crying because for that moment I had no money to buy food for my family, none whatsoever. And I had to go and sell loads of stuff to actually raise money to get through that month. In the end, I paid every single penny back. But it was tough, yeah, because I'd got myself into this attitude of, easy come, easy go. As long as I've got a job, the overdraft will kick in and I'm fine. It doesn't work that way. So get control of your emotions around spending. One other thing that we need to do is I've talked about this before, but we need to stop watching TV, because all of the ads, well, not all of the ads, but a lot of the ads use scarcity tactics. The grass is always greener on the other side. Jones has just bought one of these, so you have to have one too. And this can encourage us to start spending on things that we don't actually need. It's like if you can't sleep and you stay up all night and you watch those half-hour adverts of the Beachbody babe and the guy, use this funny-looking piece of equipment to do exercises with, and they're like really ripped and muscular and fit and healthy and gorgeous looking. You and I, deep down, both know that they didn't use that piece of bendy kit that cost $99.99, to get their body in that shape. They were down the gym 6 days a week. They had special diets, special training, all kinds of stuff, but they didn't use that bendy bit of kit. But the adverts are worded so cleverly and the commentator is so persuasive that we end up picking up the phone to buy that piece of kit because they put Beachbody with the piece of kit, 101 makes 2, so I've got to have it. We need to get control of our emotions around money. So don't watch TV, especially don't watch those buy it special offer channels, because you can end up skint very, very quickly, and it's the wrong attitude to have. They're just designed to make you buy stuff, and you can end up with a house full of gear that you will never ever use. It's the same with hobbies. Sometimes you can get so entranced in a hobby that you get a bit of money and you go and spend something to do with that hobby, and it sits in the cupboard and never gets used. And you never kind of like put it on eBay and sell it. It just stays there forever and ever and ever. When you do get round to put it on eBay, it's worth nothing. So really take control of your emotions and spend wisely. Take a step back before you make a purchase. Yeah, and think, do I really need this? Am I going to use it? Can I buy it second hand? Can I get it on eBay? Can I borrow it? Yeah, just because Fred next door is mowing his lawn with an X150 turbo powered doesn't mean to say you need exactly the same thing that costs £5,000. You know, you could probably buy a Flymo for 50, 60 quid that'll do exactly the same job, or borrow Fred's. Yeah, so get control of your emotions when it comes to spending. Now, some positive things that we can do. First of all, grow your confidence, become more optimistic, start looking for opportunities. This is what a growth mindset is. This is what we're talking about, changing your money mindset is all about. It's starting to feel abundant. It's starting to look for ways that you can generate money. It's about looking for ways that you can generate ideas, that maybe you can do a side business or ask for promotion or find ways to boost the income from the business that you've got already. But we need to become more optimistic, and we need to be open to opportunities. Too many of us walk around with the blinkers on, and we miss, things that are staring us right in the face because we're looking on the ground for a 50p coin rather than having our head up and looking around at opportunities. Opportunities are there all the time, but you have to be open to them and you have to be looking for them. Because if you're not, you won't see them, and they'll just pass you straight by, waiting for the next person who's got their head up and looking around. So, forget all the negativity around your childhood. Change your language. Get control of your emotions when it comes to buying things. Grow your confidence. Look for opportunities. Switch off the TV. Okay. One other thing I didn't mention: comparisonitis. I've talked about comparisonitis when it's your knowledge, your skills, your expertise, and imposter syndrome sneaks in because you think, oh God, they are so much better than me. I could never do that. Well, now I'm talking about comparisonitis when it comes to your money. Just because that person is 20 years younger than you and has 1,000,000 times more money than you do, doesn't mean to say that you should be looking at and comparing yourself to them. Everyone has a different set of circumstances. Everyone got here differently. Where you are now is a result of all the decisions you've made in the past, okay? And that's the same whether you're financially well off or whether you're financially poor. It all stems from the decisions that we've made in the past. So accept that and decide to make the changes that you want to do to grow your income or to make more money, whatever you want to call it, yeah? But don't look at this person or this person or this person because they're doing so much better than you. Yes, you can look at what they did to get to where they are, but don't look at their lifestyle and, oh my God, I could never achieve that. They're amazing, they're brilliant, they're wonderful, they're gorgeous, and so on, yeah? Because all that will do is just make you shrink down and shrivel and feel insignificant. And we don't want that. We want you to have this mentality of abundance. We want you out there looking for opportunities and doing what needs to be done. Right, now what I want to talk about is 3 steps that you can start today, right now, to train your brain so that we can change your so that we can change your money mindset from one of poverty or scarcity to one of abundance or positive mindset around money. So the first thing we need to do, and this isn't step 1, but hopefully you've done this already, is have goals. We must have goals set, because if we don't have a goal, how do we know if we've moved from A to B? Yeah, because if there's no B, we don't know where we're going. We don't know what we're doing. We need to have goals set. Now, the first thing we need to do is you must have a very clear, how can I use this? Yeah, You've got to be very clear about how much you want to bring in each week, each month, each year, whatever works for you. Me personally, it's an annual figure, okay? So you've got to be really clear in your mind about that number, okay? Whether it's 25 grand, extra 50 grand, 100 grand, a million, doesn't really matter, yeah? It's up to you, but you must have a very, very clear picture of the amount that you want to bring in during a specific time period. That's the first step. That's got to be one of your goals. Or the goals that you've set have to link or tie in to this figure that you've got in your head. Now, the next thing is really, really important. You have an incredible imagination. You have incredible powers of imagination. You have incredible powers of concentration. You have incredible powers of creativity. And you are one amazing person. The problem is we don't use these abilities, okay? I need you right now to use your imagination. So what I want you to do is to, where have I got one? Get a card or a piece of paper, a 3x5 card, and I want you to write on this card, yeah? I am extremely happy and grateful that I'm now earning XXX. The XXX is the figure we picked in number 1. So I am extremely happy and grateful that I'm now earning 25 grand a year extra, or whatever the figure is. Now this is an affirmation, and you might scoff, but this is why I need you to use your imagination. It's incredibly important. As soon as you wake up, and I mean within the first 5 minutes of you waking up in the morning, I want you to grab your bit of card where you've written this affirmation on, and I want you to read it out loud between 5 and 10 times. But don't just go, I am really happy and grateful that I'm earning £25,000 a year extra. I am really happy. No, I need you to say this with emotions. 2 things, imagination and emotion, incredibly important when we're working with this. So I want you to put a lot of positive emotion into you reading out this affirmation. And I want you to use your imagination to see what your life will be like, to see the impact on your life of this extra amount of money that it will have on you, your family, your friends, your job, your relationships, the whole thing, yeah? You really need to buy into this with your imagination. You've really got to picture. If you can make pictures in your head, that's great. If you tell yourself stories when you're using your imagination, that's fine too. Whatever works for you. I still know that you have an incredible imagination, and we need you to use it right now. So picture what that is. Close your eyes, say it out loud 5 to 10 times. I am really, really grateful and happy that I'm now earning £100,000 a year. And then picture what that £100,000 will mean to you. Does it mean a new house? Does it mean moving? Does it mean you've got a personal trainer and you look fabulous? Really get that picture in your mind. Make it incredibly vivid and colourful and bright and happy and fun. And do this every single morning for 5 minutes. And then just before you go to bed, just before you drop off to sleep, not just before you watch the movie, not before you pick up your book, right before you're about to turn the light off, repeat this process and do it properly. What will happen is your brain will start to understand that this is what you want to do. So it will start changing things in your head to make those opportunities come to you, to start to make you aware of opportunities, make you aware of what needs to be done to make that affirmation come true. The third thing we need to do is you need to say to yourself, what can I do today to achieve my goal? Sort of 1 to 3 steps that you can do to achieve your goal. So say you want to make 100,000 a year. That works out at about 8,000-ish a month, just 8.5, something like that. Break it down to daily amounts. And what can you do? Write a business plan, start a second job, sales, I don't know. It's down to you. I don't know you. I don't know what your skills, your knowledge, your experience, your expertise is. But this is what you must do. 1 to 3 things that you can do today, right now, to bring you closer to that goal. They don't have to be massive things. They can be very small things. Make a list of 15 skills that I've got that I could start a side business with. Make a list of all your contacts that might be investors for your first buy-to-let property. A course that you can reference and you can do some research on that may help you buy your first property. Whatever it is, you must come up with every single day 1 to 3 steps that you can do to bring you closer to that goal. And it will happen, but you have to do the work. You know, yeah, still spend a couple of quid on the lottery every week if you like, not a problem. But our focus, our aim, our goal has got to be on having that exact number that we want to achieve in our minds fixed. Yeah, the affirmation, I am happy and grateful that I am now earning X. And use the emotion, use your imagination, use your creativity, make that as real as you possibly can inside your head. That first 5 minutes in the morning is critical. Your mind goes into like a theta state, T-H-E-T-A, and it makes it very susceptible to taking on board information. And what we need is to get your brain to start reprogramming itself. So if you say those affirmations with emotion and build a brilliant mental picture, your brain will start kicking in and helping you move forward towards this goal. And then finally, the 1 to 3 things you can do right now to help you achieve that goal, to bring that goal closer to you. That's it. That's everything that I've got to cover this evening. If you've got any questions, drop me a comment, or you can send me a PM. If you'd like to consider working with me so I can help you achieve your goal, I'll put a link below this video so that you can book a strategy clarity call. Okay, thanks for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.